What's going down, people? How you doing? TK coming at you. I had an interesting conversation with a Mason, and the information I've been putting out definitely speaks out against secret societies and against people that are COINTELPRO operatives that work for the vicar to keep Kabbalistic information to themselves, use it to their advantage in order to subjugate other people. But it's interesting because his response was basically that I'm stuck in a belief system and that it's all based on information that can't be proven. So in my videos, I always try to give you guys the resources that you can read for yourself. And what I try to do is take you back in time to read informational links provided by the people who are in charge of those links. So like with the clergy, I sent you to the oath that clergy takes when they take office. And even in the link, they give an example of when Pope Francis came into office and the oath that he took. So I reference material to you to read so that you can not look at this as a belief or a conspiracy theory, but look at it from their reference material. I sent you to the original Constitution of the United States of the Republic, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, and I outlined how the original republic was built on 7 articles and 10 Bill of Rights. And I suggested that you read it based on looking at the link, not taking my word. Then I referenced the 1970 Codex done by the church so that you can read how current religion has been edited and shaped. I also reference July 14th letter to President Obama from the vicar. And I posted that on Facebook, and I told you to read it for yourself and listen to the Pope's words in reference to the original Constitution of the Republic of the United States, which is separation from the Constitution that represents the corporation now running the United States in a coup, because Congress adjourned without day, whereas they never came back, okay? Which means from that day forward, we've been occupied underneath a private corporation. So I don't tell you to believe me, I tell you to read the paperwork. So for a Mason to basically dismiss everything as a conspiracy theory and a belief system that can't be proven is, I guess, to the point where it's impossible to wake people up, because resources, reference links is what I give you in my conversation. I'm not talking off the cuff. I'm talking based on a document from the Congress in which I told you to read. Same thing when I posted Rex 84. That's a congressional document, and I gave you the link to read it for yourself. Same thing with King Arthur. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's the governmental freaking documents that you're reading. Same thing with everything that I've talked about. I give you the resources to go look up and read on your own if you feel like nothing is going to shake you from your belief system or your freaking pre-programmed false matrix. So if the people in the fold can dismiss the information and the resources and the links from congressional documents, from the actual treaty, which is the Constitution for the Republic, dismiss the letter from the vicar, dismiss the Codex, dismiss the Christian Black codes from the Vatican's paperwork, then essentially, if you can't get people in the fold to admit anything, you're definitely not going to get the average person who's not exposed to this information to wake up. So it's really a self-defeating scenario. But the only hope and the only thing that I point out in lieu of that is the cosmic age that we're transitioning into has absolutely nothing to do with people's ability not to see, because everything works in principle and in law. And the laws of nature that transitions the entire planet as the wheels of Ezekiel turn, you don't fight against those forces, and it has absolutely nothing to do with your belief system. The light will extinguish darkness, and it will reveal these people who are in the fold that keep this Gnostic information to themselves. One of the things that he said clearly was that those people in the oath don't speak of the oath. And my response to him was, I'm not a part of your fucking club. So I'm going to call a spade, and I'm going to give you the resources so that you can read on your own, which supports the foundation to the conversation. So it's not about a belief system. It's about factual information from congressional records and from Vatican records that clearly state the premise of the conversation. So I find it interesting that people are going to remain slaves and they won't wake up. But the wheels of Ezekiel are turning, and we're stepping into a new zodiac, and the age of Pisces is ending. So as we step into the age of Aquarius, that comes with responsibility beyond man. That comes with power and energies and vibrations that hits the planet that has nothing to do with the old paradigm. It has absolutely nothing to do with people being able to hide behind their secret societies, their cloaks, their esoteric language, their symbology. That shit fades. And that's why I pointed you to the letter from the Pope to President Obama from July 14, 2014, because the Pope, not in ambiguity, but in clear everyday language, spelled it out. And I even referenced the pressure behind why the Pope did what he did. So the idea is to get you guys to read and come to your own conclusions, but the presentation that I give you is based on the information I've already read. So it's not my opinion or my belief or my conspiracy theory or my fucking lost bullshit. All of that is that time has passed. So I just find it interesting that people probably will never wake up. People probably will never be able to read and comprehend and critically analyze and then process information and come to a conclusion. But nature doesn't operate from beliefs. So the dawn of the new age that we're stepping into has zero to do with your paradigm, your belief system, or your false womb. It has to do with energy, vibration, and the Circle 7 laws, or the Hermetic laws of principle and nature. So you don't trump the Hermetic laws. Circle 7 will beat you. And that's what this is about. This is about the law and the principle operating from a Gnostic base, but now being made available to people who have the ability to read and to cipher. And that's the only thing I presented to you guys, and that's the only thing I suggest to you.